Young D, I do. One only Zanelli do what? Thank you for joining this channel. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Turn on the notification bell on so that you can get notifications of every video that I'll be posting. And please support by putting likes, share widely, comment if there are areas you feel like I need to improve. There's no way I'll know my mistakes if maybe I'm not told by someone, because sometimes we don't see ourselves, we don't see our mistakes, So we can as well comment down below areas where I need to improve. Yeah, and with time as we grow, because I'm so ambitious to this channel. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for the day I'll get to 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, road all the way to 50, to 100, to 1 million, God willing. You never know. Yeah, so things happen. So some long time ago, I used to vlog in this same channel, but I ended up deleting every video that I was doing. So I've now began again because I got busy with some stuff. I couldn't keep up on posting things. Yeah, so I just cleared off to start a new beginning because my previous videos were mixed up with some bit part of my past life that I didn't want it to be in my next life. Yeah, so in every time there's always a beginning of a new life. So here we are, and this is my around sixth video, and so far so good. I appreciate. So basically, the purpose of making this video today is like I want to share a story. My first time on flight, my first time I traveled out of the country. Yeah, how was the experience? How was it? How was the feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the first vibe when you get to a new place. How do you feel? How is it to you? So, stick with me as I keep on sharing this story, because it was like let me say, it was an awesome feeling. The same time, I was kind of stressed up with my past life that I was going through a lot by that time. Can you imagine yourself in your first time flight? The same time you're going through some traumas of life, and the same time you still feel you're anxious to see how does a flight look like inside. How is it like? How's the feeling like to fly out of the country the first day? You know, the first time you're traveling out of the country, and the first time you're also boarding a flight, international flight. Oh my goodness, that was so amazing. So okay, so let's go to the sitting room. Yeah, so that I keep on telling you these stories. So basically, this is where I live. This is my sitting room. This is the dining room, and here we have the kitchen. Here we have the kitchen. We have a balcony on the other end, and we still have a balcony on this other end. You see? Let me show you. You see? This is still a balcony, and we still have another balcony on the other end. Let me show you. Yeah, we still have a balcony on this other end. See? Yeah, we have a balcony. It's already night. Yeah, so this is my experience, my first time flying out of the country. So it was on December 7th, 2023. That was the first time I was traveling out of the country. And I was traveling from Nairobi to Dubai, but I had a transit through Qatar, and I thank God that my first time when I was traveling out of the country, I was able to fly with amongst the top class flights around the world. You can think of Emirates, you can think of Ethiopian Airlines, you can think of Kenya Airways, KLM, and all that. Qatar Airways, but this time around I was in Qatar Airways. Oh my goodness, the service is so good, nice reception, the environment inside the flight. It's a whole huge Boeing. For those who have flight with Qatar Airways, you know how it is. Like we have like 3 seats, I think 4 or 5 seats, and then 3 seats on the other end. So we have like a two-way walk this side and the other end, So we have the middle seats. I think they're around 4 or 5. I'm not sure. So now I was ready. The day came. My visa was already out, and I already booked my ticket. And now I was ready for travel. But since this was my first time to travel out of the country, I was cautious because I don't know how the airport deals. I didn't know the activities that happen in the airport before you already set to the plane. So my flight was at 5:45, and I was supposed to check in at 3. So we have like a 2 hour time for checking. Is it 2 hours or three? 2 hours or 3 hours? So, but for me, I felt like because I'm still new in this thing, I better get myself to the airport in good time. So here the day comes. My friends, my kid, and my cousins, they took me to the airport. I arrived at the airport at around. I had set to arrive at 12, but now because of the delay of traffic and when we got to the airport, it was around 2. And now, by the time I'm bidding goodbye with my family, my kid, my friends, and my cousins, time had gone. So it was around at 2:50. So I bid goodbye with them, and I said, okay, let me now go for check-in. So I pick up my luggage. I go through the check through the what the security check where we place our bags in one line, and then a sniff dog comes from the other end. Yeah, sorry, I got interrupted a little bit. So now we had the sniff dog. The sniff dog comes sniffing bags from the first side all to this other last end. And I was the last person. My bag was the last one. So the dog comes sniffing bags, and then it gets to my bag. And the dog sticks to my bag. And I was like, okay, what is it? The dog was like trying to tear up my bag so that it can pick what's inside. And the officers asked me, okay, what is it that is in your bag? I said, that's my clothes and my laptop. There's nothing big. And they said, like, okay, can you open your bag? We'll see. So now I was like, okay, this dog must have sniffed something that is very suspicious. I don't know what could it be. Why is it that it did not stop on those other bags? But at some point I was like, maybe this dog is like kind of confused. He don't know what he's doing. And as I was opening my bag, I had like mixed feelings. I was asking myself, could the place that I bought this bag had some illegal things that they do there that they put in the bag or something? Or when I was packing my bag, could my cousins and friends maybe set me up with some things in my bag so that I don't travel? You know, that kind of feeling where you just trying to guess what could be happening. So I opened the bag and they asked me, what is it? I said, these are my clothes. There's nothing else. Um, they checked one by one. There was nothing. But now they found a perfume. There was a small perfume that was in my bag. And they took it. But I didn't know that they didn't allow perfumes on flight. But they didn't want to tell me what was the problem. Why did the dog just stop in my bag? It was because of the perfume, yes, but I didn't know at that moment. So they were like, okay, what is it that is in your bag? Like officers in Kenya, in these corrupt states, what they think. And they kind of felt like they kind of saw it in my eyes that this is my first time flying. So they knew they will just jump into an opportunity where they now like trying to get some money from me. So I was all confused and I was like, okay, I don't know what's the problem. They said, okay, you better do something so that we can let you go. Otherwise, you'll miss your flight. We'll just we'll hold you here and you will miss your flight. And I was like, okay, so what did you want? He said, like, bring 5,000 Kenya shillings, then we'll let you go. And I was like, oh my goodness, where do I get that money right now? My money is all fixed. I have a budget. So why is it that you guys are trying to confuse my budget? And I was like, okay, no, I don't have that money, but if I give 1,000, is it cool with you guys? They were like, okay, bring. And I gave them and I left. So after I gave the money, that's when I asked them, like, okay, so what's the problem? What is it that is in my bag so that I don't find myself in deep troubles in the next airport that I'm going? They said, oh, it's just the perfume. Bro, perfume? Just my perfume? You guys just took 1,000 from me. I told them, bring it. They said, no, you just go. I didn't want to argue with them. So I went through the security check, the scan area, my bag was scanned, everything, and I passed through the security check. So I went to the check-in. I checked my flight. This is my flight, Qatar Airways. So I sat there. By that time it was around 3. Now 3 was 3 on the dot. I was actually one of the first people to get there. I was one of the first. So when the check-in was opened, I said, let me just check in and go and relax up there so that I can wait for my flight. I went through the check-in. I gave my passport. They checked. They asked for my visa. I gave it. And as I was waiting to be told, okay, proceed, bro, something terrible just happened. Oh my goodness, something terrible just happened. There was a problem on the visa. The date of birth on my visa did not match with the date of birth in my passport. So the officer said, I'm sorry, you cannot travel. Your visa has a problem and we cannot let you go. I was like, why? So I now started feeling like, did the agents who made my visa be like scammers or something? Where in the whole world, like, would a government institution make such a blunder, considering this is all about flights? What if I miss my flight? What will happen? And I was like, okay. They said, okay, and they took me through the Qatar offices. They checked. They told me, if you can make your visa within these hours, we will let you fly. If not possible, make sure your visa is out by today and we will put you in the night flight, because that flight was there that was about to leave was of 5:45 p.m. So they said they will put me in the 1 a.m. flight. And I said, okay. So I was kind of disturbed in mind. So I went back to the sitting bay. I was seated there and trying to think what I'm going to do. So I called the agent who made my visa. I told them, like, bro, you guys made a mistake. There was a mistake here and there. I didn't want to like shout because I was so calm before I get to the reality of the whole situation. So I told them, like, my visa has a problem. Why did you guys not check my passport? Well, the date of birth from the passport and the visa, they don't match at all. And I've been told that I would not be able to travel. So it's messing me up. So you guys know what to do. So they told me, oh, I'm sorry. Let us try to do something for you. Within the next 2 hours, we will get back to you. So to my heart, I was like, this guy is just trying to convince me to just stay cool. But I think like my money is lost. At that point, I was so lost, but I didn't want to react to anything. The same time, I called the agent who made my ticket. I called him. I told him, bro, you know what? There's a problem here, and they said that I'll miss my flight because my visa has a problem, and they told me that I will not fly. At that point, mark that word. At that point, as I was explaining to him that I've been told I will not be able to fly, somebody else called that I really had to pick that call. And I told the agent, can you hang up a minute? I will call you back. So I got to this other call. We talked to this other person and I was explaining to him like, my visa has a problem. Can you guys please try hurry up and correct the mistakes, because like I don't want to miss this flight. I really need to go, you know. So after that call, I started stressing up and forgot to call back the agent who made my ticket. So by that time, after like 20 minutes that I didn't call, this agent went ahead and do what? And offload me in my flight, because he was scared that I would lose my money, that I'll have no show, you know. So he offloaded me because he already knew that the visa had a problem. So he didn't know that I had not told him that they are working on it as soon as possible. And mind you, I had not told him about what the Qatarians had said, that if I make my visa in good time, I will fly, or maybe I'll go with the night flight, the 1 a.m. flight. So now here the blunder comes in now. After like 2 hours, that's because I didn't know that my agent will do something, will interrupt anything with the system, or he will offload me. I didn't know that such things. So after like 2 hours, my visa was ready. And by the time it was ready, the check-in was closed and the gate was closed. So there's no way I could fly with that flight, because everyone was set to fly, and the flight actually was now ready to move to the runway. So I went to the office. I told them like, okay, my visa is now ready, so you guys can book me up to the night flight. They checked the system. Boom, another problem. Bro, you're not in the system. We cannot see you in the system. Your agent have offloaded you. We can't see you in the flight that has just left. So that means you will need to book with us again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so he told me that from this money, you will need to add 30,000. And I was like, bro, like this whole thing has messed my budget, and I had not planned for all this mess. He said, okay, me too, we did not plan for that, so we better help each other now. So now I asked him, okay, how can you help on your end? Because my budget is fixed and I don't want to get to Dubai and then there's a whole messed up situation. Okay, he told me that, okay, you just give me 20,000. These other 10,000, I'll figure out what I'll do. And I said, okay. So I didn't want to go back home, because my cousins, my friends had already known that I've left the country, and actually they were tracking my flight that had left. That's what they told me later, that they were tracking that flight. But that time I didn't want to go home, so I felt like, okay, I need to like reserve an hotel somewhere so that I can fly with tomorrow's flights, the same times that today's flight was. I went, booked an hotel, I slept there. And then after like around 7 hours, my people, they called me, they on WhatsApp. Hey bro, I hope you just got to your destination safe. And mind you, I was still in Kenya, somewhere in a hotel, sleeping. And I told them, yeah, I'm okay, I've arrived, everything is good, but I will call you guys later once I'm settled. I hung up. Yeah, so when I was in the hotel, so I was like trying to think of how this thing is getting up messy. Why is it this is my first time, yeah, on flight, my first time to leave the country? Why is it that it's all this messed up? Yeah, so we booked another flight, the tomorrow's flight, and by this time I assured myself that tomorrow, bro, you better get to the airport as early as possible, so that if there will be any other kind of problems, we will sort them in good time. Yeah, so the following day, the following morning, I was supposed to check in at 3, but I had to get to the airport by 12 so that I can have as much time as possible that I needed in case there is anything. Hey, I better know early. Yeah, so I got to the airport. I was to fly from Nairobi to Qatar to Dubai, but I was transitioning to Qatar. Yeah, so I get to Qatar, 5 hours from Qatar to Dubai. I think 40 minutes, is it 35 to 40 minutes? Yeah, so that was my first time flight experience. In my next video, I'll be sharing how was it when I got to Qatar and how was it when I got to Dubai. Keep it locked, subscribe to this channel. Please guys, help me. For those who have stuck with me to this point, that we are at this point, I give thanks to you and keep supporting me. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.